Hi, and hello to you. Welcome back to, I believe this is part 8. I have given you a new board. If you've been following the series from the beginning and you have the old board, all you have to do is replace board.png with the brand new board.png, which you can find, I believe, in the description of this video. If you're, I don't want to say late coming in, but if you're finding this series like after I put everything up, you may already have this version of the board, which is fine. But my idea is that spot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and spot 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, those now move the piece. So like if you land here, we're going to make it go backwards too. And if you move here, it's going to go forwards too. Fun. Love that. So let's code it. I'm in main.gd. We're going to scoot right here in the while loop. No, wait, we're out of the while loop. What am I saying? So we're out of the while loop. First of all, we need to know, is the piece moving? If the piece is moving, roll probably equals something. If the piece is not moving, roll equals 0. Watch, because this trips me up all the time. It should throw up an error. Yup. Assignment is not allowed inside an expression. The way computers understand equal signs is if there's one equal, the computer is assigning that value to that variable. So this means roll equals 0. If I put another equal sign down, it's checking to see if it equals 0. So if roll is the same as 0. So what did I say? 6. 6 is the first one, right? We need to know if place, if it's at the 6th place. So if place, what do I type? Double equals, yep, 6. And we want it to go back to, let's look, 6. And if we're going back to 5, 4, we don't want it to equal 3. So let me explain that math better. If place currently equals 6 and we want it to go backwards, to move it forwards, we used a while loop. So we're going to use a while loop again. So if it equals 6, we want it to move back, and now it equals 5, right? Well, while it equals 5, we want it to move back, and now it equals 4. I'm going to put while place not equals 3 because we want it to hit that check and go, okay, it equals 4. Don't make it equal 3. We want it to equal 4. Doot, doot, doot. So while place does not equal 3. We've got to take 1 away from place because we are moving backwards, right? Every time we move forward, we add 1 to place, and now we've got to take away. And then, we know how to move at this point. We've got to define a tween. Create tween. Tween. I could probably just copy all of this. Whoops. It's all got to be on the same indent. Okay, nailed it. I could go through and try to get a lucky roll and get 6 and then land on it and then waste our time from there. I'm going to cheat. We're just going to make all the rolls equal 6. Yeah, because 1 equal sign assigns it. So no matter what the dice shows, roll is going to equal 6. And it should up to 6 and then go, uh-oh, and go back 2. Let's see if I'm right. Why is this different from my example project? I don't know what I did in the example project. All right, roll equals 5. We've got this. Haha, we had to wait a second, but it does move the piece back 2 spaces. Nice. Okay, so while you're coding, in general, if you see code that you're using again and again and again, you can copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. That makes your code really long and really squirrely and really hard to read. We hate things that are hard to read. If you've got things that you keep doing over and over, best practices is to pull them out and make yourself your own little function. So far, I think we've just been using functions that Godot has kind of defined, but we can define our own. It's not a big deal. You just type func with an in. What is wrong with me? Move. You don't have to type the arrow and void. What the arrow and void means is that this doesn't really return a value. If it returned something, it would have the word return in it. We're not going to do that. Void means Godot, don't expect a return on this. Do we have to type it? Nope. We can type that and live 99 to 100 years. It's just habit. Okay. I actually messed this up the first time I did it, and I want you to see how I messed it up. So you would think, what's the same between these two while loops? Okay, well, we're always doing var tween, right? So that probably needs to go in there. And then we're always doing the tween property, which moves it. We always start the timer. Yep. And we always do await timer timeout. So let's cut those 4 lines and put them into move. And they all need to be on the same indent. And we did it. And wherever we should be doing that, we can just call move. Var tween, await timer timeout. One thing that's wrong immediately is that game places has to know what place is, and we're not telling it. So what we have to do is it's called pass in. If this function needs to know something, you put it right here. This is called an argument. Now Godot's saying, wait, you've got to pass that in. So what we do is we put place in the parentheses, and Godot will send place when it calls move. It'll say, hey, I need you to run this code, and I need you to throw this variable in here to get it to go. Okay, so this looks right? I thought so too. Watch. It is completely ignoring that timer. Why? Here's what I found out after asking way too many questions on Discord. The await function is scoped. God, what is she talking about? Scoped. Scope means, what does each part of your program know? These while loops don't know that they're supposed to be running await, because await is not in the while loop. So they have no idea. They will completely ignore this because it's not in them. The Godot 4 solution to that is just to put it in the while loop. You don't have to await just on a timer. You can await on a lot of things. We're going to await on a function. Let me make sure I'm typing that right, because this is different from Godot 3. Nope, that needs to be in parentheses. Double parentheses. Awesome. All right, let's run. See if I've broken it. I have broken it. What happened? Oh, I took the await out of the function. So now what should happen is it'll call await, send place over here. Move will do its little dance on the dance floor. It'll start the timer, and it will sit and wait for the timeout. Meanwhile, the while will not move until move says, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Let me make sure I'm not lying to you. Haha, look at that. I suspect that little bump that I got was because I don't have the spots completely even. It even still goes backwards. It even still goes backwards. This piece right here, or this spot right here, this one actually goes forward. Well, now that we know how to go backward, we can go forward. Not a big deal. Oh, earlier when I was counting, I said that was place 12, right? So let's stay in this check right here that tells us whether or not we've stopped. In fact, let's comment that. This check, I typed a hashtag and I get this gray text, tells us if we've stopped. Cool. If roll double equals 0, if place equals 6, let's comment this too. We want to go backwards. But, or if, place, what do I type? Double equals 12, good for you. We're going 2 forward, so we're trying to get to place 14. While place does not equal 14. What do we do? We've got to move, good for you. So we've got to call move and wait on it. And then we have to add 1 to place. Just to test this. Would roll equal 11? No, wait, roll would equal 13, wouldn't it? No, roll equals 11. I can't do math, but Godot can, so it doesn't really matter. It worked. It moved forward. I'm gonna comment this line. This is something I do when I'm just writing my own code out. I'm gonna comment that line out, and I'm gonna write another comment. This line is for testing. Uncomment it and change roll to whatever you need. I've done that before. Now that I've got that commented out, the dice should be working again. Let's make sure that I'm not lying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I bet my little spot is crooked. That's fine. 1, 2. Nice. 1. And I'm going to skip over the other thing. Oh, well, we do know it works because we saw it. I'm going to get it to crash. Why not? Oh, there we go. This will crash it. Nailed it. All right. That is going to be it for right now. We have to clean this up at some point, and there is actually a little bit of a cleaner way to do this. But I think that's going to be next episode. So I will see you then. You take it easy. Have a wonderful rest of your day.